All right, guys, your next video is going to be all about true or false for STAAR review. We're going to use the scratch pad. Must be the scratch pad. It's the easiest to delete. It's the easiest to edit in, and it is the one that's going to give you true or false as a way to answer a question. Okay. All right. So in the first problem, here's what it's asking us. Which one of these values for X is your solution? I don't have to solve this out. I don't have to distribute, combine like terms, the whole nine. All I have to do is type in a 13 over 16 everywhere I see an X, and the calculator will tell me if it's true or false. So let me show you what that looks like. We're going to go 5 parentheses. I'm going to build my fraction, control divide, typing in my 13 over 6, use my arrow to get out of it, minus 3. I'm literally just typing this. Close my parentheses, and we have an equal sign on our calculator. So equal 2. Remember that when we are plugging these in, it is important to put them in parentheses if they're next to something. So parentheses and plug in control divide, 13 over 6, minus 6, minus, we have a big parenthesis, 3, since it's next to the 3, I am going to use another parenthesis, put in my fraction, 13 over 6, move out of him with another parenthesis, plus 4, and then close up my last parenthesis. So again, everywhere I plugged in an X, if it was alone, I can just type the fraction. If it was next to a number like a 2 or a 3, I had to put it in its own parentheses, okay? When I press enter, it's going to tell me if that's the answer. When it says false, I know that's not my answer. Now, let's assume that you had 4 answer choices, so you wouldn't want to just assume that it's B. Here's how you can do this very, very quickly. If you use this up arrow on your mouse pad, up is going to make false blue. Up again is going to select the equation, and you can press enter to copy it. Okay, watch how fast this is. I'm literally just going to go back and change all my fraction 13s to 5s because my next answer is 5, 6. So arrowed back, delete, delete, type in a 5. Arrow back all the way to this 13, delete, delete, press 5. Arrow back all the way to that 13, delete, delete, press enter on the 5. If I see true now, then that's my answer. Wonderful. Go ahead and circle B. Let's look at the next one. You can do the same thing with inequalities. So if I type this next equation, it's important to remember you know who's X, who's Y. My first number is X, my second number is Y. So when I plug this one in, I'm going to do 2 parentheses, plugging in my X, minus, make sure you're using a minus sign, not a negative, 7 parentheses, my Y number. This time it's a negative, negative 2. Close parenthesis. When you are ready to use these symbols, let me use a different color. When you're ready to make this symbol, you're going to hit Control equal. So let me show you what that looks like. Control equal. Choose your symbol, just whichever one matches. That's this guy. And then 20. It's going to tell you if it's true or false. Says false, right there, that's the wrong answer. Don't circle him. Let's try the same thing. If I go up, 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 I can press enter to copy him, and we're simply going to go back, change that negative 2 that we typed in to my new Y, which is a 4. Go all the way back over here, delete him. I'm going to change my 3 to a 1, and press enter. This time it does say true. Go ahead and circle B. That's all we're doing. The calculator will tell you which one's the right answer, okay? All right, finally, x-intercept, y-intercepts. You could know how to do these. You could remember the cover-up method, but if not, the calculator will still do the true and false. So let's go through this. Remember, your x is your first number, your y's are your second number. So if I type this in, I'm going 3, plugging in my x is a 7 on the first option, minus 6, plugging in a 0 for my y, and we get lucky because all the y's are zeros, so we won't even have to change it. Equals a negative 21. When I press enter, it says false. Cool, not that answer. I'm going to use the copy replace as a way to do the next one. So up, up, enter, copy it, move it all the way back. I'm just going to change that 7 to a 3. See if B works. It does not. He says false also. All right, up, up. That's how I'm going to copy it. Press enter. Move all the way back. We're going to change that 3 to a negative 7. Make sure you're pressing negative and not minus. Negative 7. Enter. All right, that one is supposed to be my answer. So if you notice, I've been putting 20 instead of 21. So let me show you that one more time. If I had been doing with a 21, he would have still said false. My second one that I checked with the 3, if it was a 21, would have still said false. But this third one that I've done with a -7, if it was 21 like it's supposed to be, enter, he would have said true. Okay, now I do have the advantage that I knew that that one was right, but let's say you got all the way to the bottom of a problem, you've checked every single one and they all say false. All that means is you have a typo. I had a typo, you might have a typo. Look through your equation, make sure you didn't lose any negatives, double check it one more time, see if you can find the typo, and then go through it one more time. Would you please take a second to try the 3 questions below? They should look like just what we talked about.